Hello everyone, myself Devkan Sharma, Associate Professor Chaudhary Devilal College of Pharmacy, Jagadri. Today our topic of discussion is GLP, Good Laboratory Practices. First of all, we should know about the GLP. In short, GLP क्या होता है? GLP को अगर सिंपल लैंग्वेज में एक्सप्लेन किया जाए तो GLP इज द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द फैसिलिटी। किस टाइप का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, किस टाइप की लैब, क्या क्या वहाँ पे फैसिलिटी आपको मिलती है टू परफॉर्म दी टेस्ट। फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर क्वालिटी कंट्रोल लैब की बात की जाए तो वहाँ पे क्या क्या आपको फैसिलिटी मिलती है, कौन कौन से टेस्ट परफॉर्म किए जाते हैं, क्या एसओपीज को फॉलो किया जाता है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट की एसओपीज को हम फॉलो करते हैं, क्या वहाँ पे एसओपीज प्रॉपर लगी हुई है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट कैलिब्रेटेड है या नहीं है, डॉक्यूमेंटेशन का जो प्रॉपर रिकॉर्ड है वो मेंटेन किया गया है या नहीं है। ऑल दिस वी विल स्टडी in this lecture. Now we will start this topic. Now, first of all, when and why was GLP created? GLP was first introduced in New Zealand and Denmark in 1972 and later in the US in 1978 in response to the industrial biotest lab scandal. सबसे पहले GLP को इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया था न्यूजीलैंड में और डेनमार्क में इन 1972 में। उसके बाद यूनाइटेड स्टेट में जो इंडस्ट्रियल बायोटेस्ट लैब्स हैं उनका एक स्कैंडल सामने आया। उसको देखते यूनाइटेड स्टेट ने 1978 में जीएलपी को इंट्रोड्यूस किया। इसके क्या कारण थे? फर्स्ट वाज इन द अर्ली 70s FDA became aware of cases of poor laboratory practices all over the United States. They discovered a lot fraudulent activities and a lot of poor lab practices. Examples of these poor lab practices found were: first is equipment not being calibrated to the standard form, therefore giving wrong measurements. Second, incorrect and inaccurate accounts of the actual lab study and inadequate test system. तो दीज वाज दी एग्जाम्पल्स, ये एग्जाम्पल थे जिनसे पता चला कि यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स में एक लेबोरेटरी स्कैंडल किया हो रहा था उस टाइम पे, और उनको कैसे उन्होंने फाउंड किया, क्या क्या उसमें कमियां पाई गई। एक तो इक्विपमेंट कैलिब्रेटेड नहीं थे, जिससे मेजरमेंट जो थी वो रॉन्ग मेजरमेंट आ रही थी, और अब लैब स्टडी के जो अकाउंट्स थे वो इनएक्यूरेट थे, और टेस्ट सिस्टम जो थे इनएडिक्वेट थे। नेक्स्ट इज नाउ गुड लेबोरेटरी प्रैक्टिस। GLP is a formal regulation created by US FDA, United States Food and Drug Administrator, as these regulations were proposed on November 1976 and designated as a new part of the Chapter 21 of the Code of Federal Regulation CFR as 21 CFR Part 51 in 1979। मतलब जीएलपी को यूएस एफडीए ने 19 नवंबर 1996 को प्रपोज किया और इनको एक नए चैप्टर में डेजिग्नेट किया। चैप्टर था चैप्टर नंबर 21, और किसमें था? कोड ऑफ फेडरल रेगुलेशन सीएफआर के। दैट्स व्हाई इट इज नोन एज 21 सीएफआर पार्ट 51 इन 1979। लेटर ऑन इन 1981, an organization named OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, produced GLP principles that are international standard. 1981 में OECD नाम के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने जीएलपी के प्रिंसिपल्स को प्रोड्यूस किया, और इन प्रिंसिपल्स को ही जीएलपी के इंटरनेशनल स्टैंडर्ड्स बना दिया। Next, GLP in OECD principle is defined as a quality system concerned with the organizational process and the conditions under which non-clinical health and environmental safety studies are planned, performed, monitored, recorded, archived and reported. This is the definition of GLP in OECD. OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. This is the definition of GLP according to OECD. Next, we can define GLP as the GLP embodies a set of principles that provide a framework within which laboratory studies are planned, performed, monitored, archived, and reported. This is the simple definition of GLP. Next, purpose of GLP. Then first is GLP is to certify that every step of the analysis is valid or not. Means वैलिड इज एनालिसिस के हर स्टेप को जीएलपी सर्टिफाई करता है दैट इट इज वैलिड और नॉट. नेक्स्ट, इट अश्योर्स द क्वालिटी एंड इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ द डाटा which is submitted to FDA in support of the safety of the regulated products. Third one is GLP have heavy emphasis on data recording, record and specimen retention. जीएलपी में डाटा को रिकॉर्ड करना, डाटा रिकॉर्डिंग और उनके सैंपल्स को रिटेन करना एक मेनली एम्फेसाइज ऑन इट. नेक्स्ट इज गुड लेबोरेटरी प्रैक्टिसेस प्रिंसिपल. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. These 10 principles basically GLP relies on these 10 principles which are known as GLP principle. First is test facility, organization and personnel. Quality assurance program. Third one is facilities. Fourth one is apparatus, material and reagents. Fifth is test systems. Next is test and reference substances. Next is standard operating procedures. Next is performance of the study, reporting of the study result, storage and retention of records and materials. So all these are the 10 principles of GLP. We will discuss these principles one by one. First is test facility organization and personnel means study personal responsibility. यहाँ पे स्टडी वर्ड बार बार आएगा. स्टडी का यहाँ पे मीनिंग है कि किस टाइप का हम कोई लैब में कौन सा किसी प्रोडक्ट के लिए क्या पर्टिकुलर हम वहाँ पे टेस्ट कर रहे हैं. तो स्टडी मीन्स द टेस्ट which is being to be performed. एंड स्टडी पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मीन्स उस टेस्ट को परफॉर्म करने वाले पर्सन्स उनकी क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. फर्स्ट इज these personnel should have the knowledge of the GLP principles. They should have the access to the study plan and appropriate SOPs. SOP means standard operating procedures. It should comply with the instruction of the SOPs. Record raw data. Next is study personnel are also responsible for the quality of their data. They exercise health precautions to minimize the risk. They should ensure the integrity of the study. So these are the responsibility of the study personnel. Next is second principle is quality assurance program means responsibility of the QA personnel. क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस डिपार्टमेंट के जो पर्सन्स हैं, जो वर्कर हैं, उनकी क्या क्या रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है. दे आल्सो इन्वॉल्व इन दिस स्टेप. फर्स्ट इज access. They should have access to the updated study plans and SOPs. Next, they should documentally verified and they should have the documented verification of the compliance of the study plan and to the GLP principles. Next, they should have do the inspections to determine the compliance of the study. And there are three types of inspections. First is study based inspection, second is facility based inspection, and last one is process based inspections. After inspections of the final reports for accurate and full description. Next step is report the inspection result to the management and finally submit their statement. Next principle is the facilities. Which type of facilities are provided in the QC lab, for example, QC lab in the industry. First is suitable size and construction and location. The facility should provide suitable size of the lab. There should be suitable construction and location. Second one is adequate degree of separation of the different activities. There should be sufficient separation for different activities. Next, isolation of the test systems and individual projects to protect from biological hazards. Next, suitable rooms for diagnosis, treatment and control of diseases. And last one is the storage rooms. So these should be the facilities which should be available in the lab. Next is apparatus, material and reagents. Apparatus of appropriate design and adequate capacity. There should be apparatus of appropriate design and adequate capacity. There should be documented inspection, cleaning, maintenance and calibration of the apparatus. Apparatus and material not to interfere with the test systems, and chemical reagents and solution should be labeled to indicate their identity, their expiry and their specific storage instructions. Next principle is the test systems. Number 5, test systems are basically of two types: physical and chemical test systems and biological test systems. Now, record of source, date of arrival and arrival condition of the test system. We should know, or we should record the source, date of arrival and arrival condition for any test system. Test system means the test chemicals which we will use in the laboratory or which will be used for a particular study in the lab. Next, proper identification of the test system in their container or when removed. Next, cleaning and sanitization of the container. Pest control agents to be documented. Next is test and reference items. Firstly, receipt, handling and sampling and storage of test and reference items, their characterization, known stability of the test and reference items, stability of the test items in their vehicle. Next is experiments to determine stability in tank mixtures used in the field studies. And last one is the samples for analytical purpose for each batch. Next is SOPs, Standard Operating Procedure. SOPs हम अपने कॉलेज की लैब में भी देख सकते हैं. ईच एंड एवरी इंस्ट्रूमेंट हैज इट्स ओन SOP, how to operate a particular instrument. This is known as standard operating procedure. Now, what type of SOPs should be there? Written procedure for a laboratory program, how to enter, what will be the responsibility of a person while entering in the laboratory. They define how to carry out protocol specified activities. मतलब SOPs से वो डिफाइन करती हैं कि कैसे प्रोटोकॉल को फॉलो किया जाता है. मोस्ट ऑफन रिटन इन ए क्रोनोलॉजिकल लिस्टिंग ऑफ द एक्शन स्टेप. एक्शन स्टेप्स को एक क्रोनोलॉजिकल ऑर्डर में राइट किया जाता है. दे आर रिटन टू एक्सप्लेन हाउ टू प्रोसीजर आर सपोज टू वर्क. कैसे हमने प्रोसीजर को फॉलो करना है. दिस इंफॉर्मेशन इज गिवन इन द SOPs, स्टैंडर्ड ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर्स. Next is performance of the study. How to perform a particular study or a particular test. Firstly, we should prepare the study plan, content of the study plan. Now, content में क्या क्या होना चाहिए? Identification of the study, records, dates, reference to the test method, information concerning the sponsor and the facility, and last is conduct of the study. How to conduct a study. नेक्स्ट, रिपोर्टिंग ऑफ द स्टडी रिजल्ट. अब जो हमारे स्टडी के रिजल्ट्स आते हैं उनको कैसे रिपोर्ट करते हैं. इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन द स्पॉन्सर एंड द टेस्ट फैसिलिटी. नेक्स्ट, एक्सपेरिमेंटल स्टार्टिंग एंड कंप्लीशन डेट्स. एक क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस प्रोग्राम स्टेटमेंट. QA डिपार्टमेंट का जो स्टेटमेंट है उसको भी हम अटैच करते हैं. डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ द मटेरियल एंड टेस्ट मेथड्स, देयर रिजल्ट्स, देयर स्टोरेज, etc. And storage should be storage condition for samples, reference items, raw data, and final reports. Next, last principle is storage and retention of records and material. How to record, how to store the records and their retention and material. Next, first is the study plan, raw data and samples. They should be stored. Inspection data and master schedule. They should be stored. SOPs, maintenance and calibration data. If any study material is disposed of before expiry, the reason to be justified and documented. Next, index of material retained. Next, what good laboratory must contain? एक good laboratory, एक अच्छी lab में क्या क्या होना चाहिए? Firstly, the area should be free from smoke, smell and dust etc. Second is, and it should ensure good ventilation, proper illumination, and prefer natural light. Next is air condition the lab with humidity control, enough space for measuring and testing instruments, proper arrangement of testings, take care of all safety points including proper earthing as well as fire safety, avoid uncleanable spots in the floor, walls and ceilings, establish proper areas for storage of incoming samples as well as test samples and completed samples. Also provide sample collection place as well as packing and disposal of test samples. Now do this for GLP. हमें क्या क्या करना चाहिए एक GLP के लिए? Firstly, keep the things at its location after use. Everything should be kept after use at its location. Store heavy things at bottom and if possible on trolleys. हैवी हैवी प्रोडक्ट्स को या हैवी थिंग्स को हमें या तो बॉटम में वहाँ पे स्टोर करना चाहिए, या अगर पॉसिबिलिटी है अवेलेबिलिटी है तो ट्रॉलीज पे हम उसको स्टोर कर सकते हैं ताकि उनकी मूवमेंट जो है पूरी लैब में अच्छे से सेफली कर सके. नेक्स्ट, गिव नेम ऑफ लोकेशन टू एवरीथिंग. Each and everything should have their proper location and we must follow the rule like everything has its place and everything at its place, everything has the place and everything at its place. This is the principle we must follow in the lab. Prepare location list and display it on the walls. Put ladders for things stored on the top. Identify everything with its name and purpose. And we must follow the FIFO principle, means first in first out. जो मटेरियल पहले आता है उसको हमें पहले यूज करना है, तभी वो इन द फॉर्म ऑफ प्रोडक्ट यूज होगा, इन द प्रोडक्ट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ प्रोडक्ट बाहर निकलेगा. फर्स्ट इन फर्स्ट आउट. इससे क्या होता है, एक्यूमुलेशन नहीं होता. पुराने मतलब अगर पुराना केमिकल है वो हमारे पास स्टोर किया हुआ है, नया आया, नया हमने पहले यूज किया, तो इससे क्या होता है, ओल्ड एक्यूमुलेशन ऑफ द केमिकल्स इन द laboratory. We should prevent this. Now, benefits of good laboratory practices. First is it will give better image of the company as a quality producer in the global market. It will provide hot tips on the analysis of data as well as measure uncertainty and perfect the record keeping. Next, provide guideline for doing testing and measurement in the detail. It provides guideline and better control of the maintenance of instruments, environmental control, preservation of the test records, etc. Thank you.